Hello and welcome. My name is Kata, and I just wanted to do a little update today to kind of let everyone know how my January's been going so far, what I've been up to, what I've been doing, and what I've mostly been focusing on actually because it is the beginning of the new year is obviously to get myself organized, to get myself really in a place where I know what I'm doing each week, where I know what I'm doing each month, where I know what goals I have set for each week and each month, even for each day. So I've been very diligently basically coming up with like a structure for myself for this year, a structure that I can use to really organize my life in such a way that will allow me to have time for everything. I just realized last year, and as I was doing kind of my year-end stuff last year, at the end of December, I realized that I really wanted to have much more order in my life in 2023. I really wanted to have much more fun planned in. There was just not enough of that in 22, and it certainly hasn't been enough in the previous years as well. 2020, 2021 were all kind of a little bit boring. Obviously, the pandemic had interfered a lot with getting out and doing things, but now that things are back open and now that we are able to really get into like a brand new rhythm, this year I think is such a fabulous year to get into a new rhythm. And a couple of astrological events that I wanted to note were Mercury is actually going direct or stationing direct tomorrow on the 18th of January, and it's been in retrograde, I believe, for the last 3 weeks. So it certainly has given us some time to go back over things, to really review those projects that we kind of pushed off to the side or didn't complete. During a Mercury retrograde, it is definitely a time where we go back over things. It is a time for us to revisit things as well, mostly within ourselves, I find. But it's definitely a time when a lot of people can also pop up in our lives that are coming back like from the past. So you can expect to hear messages or contact, from someone that perhaps you haven't talked to in a long time, or just friends, acquaintances, past coworkers, things like that could certainly pop up during Mercury retrograde. Mercury obviously symbolically represents communication, so all forms of communication are also quite affected during a retrograde. The communications tend to go a little bit it tends to go a little bit off, and I certainly noticed that with some computer glitching that we had, like the Wi-Fi just kind of cutting out one day for no apparent reason. So there's just different communication issues that certainly pop up during a retrograde. And now that it's stationing direct, and now that we're about to start flying forward again, Mercury will sit in station direct for, I believe, about a week, and then after that it will definitely be in full swing moving forward. But you can already feel the energy, you can already feel like this momentum that has already started. It's like a wave. I want to call it like a wave of momentum that's already been building. And that's been building because actually Mars went direct on the 13th of January. So Mars has been in retrograde, and now that Mars stationed direct and is now moving forward, which it was retrograding, I believe, in the sign of Gemini. So that actually has been also cutting off communication. It has been communication's just been an issue. Okay, let's just say that communication has been an issue. I think for the last, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 weeks, and maybe even longer. So it is certainly a huge relief to have all of these planets going direct now. Mars leading the way, then Mercury will be joining. And then we're going to have this absolutely incredible super new moon, the very first new moon of the year for 2023. So it is a very, very good time to start new things. This is most certainly the time when you want to get going with new intentions and really get into that headspace and heart space of really believing that the new is possible for you, and anchoring those feelings, those positive feelings of possibility within yourself during the new moon that will be coming up on the 21st. So that will be this Saturday coming. So the 21st new moon, and then immediately right after the new moon, we're going to have, according to the Chinese astrology or Chinese zodiac, we're going to be starting the year of the rabbit, and it's going to be the year of the water rabbit. That begins on the 22nd, immediately the day after the new moon. So what does that tell you? There are a whole lot of new beginnings that are upon us. There's just all this fresh energy, this fresh insight, there's fresh momentum. There's so much that is here for us energetically, that is propelling us forward, that is moving us into a brand new direction. And I think this is such a welcome change for so many of us because, like I said, the previous years have been challenging for us. They have been overwhelming. They have been anxiety inducing. They've been kind of everything and anything in between. For some people it was, very quiet during the pandemic. For others it was just a lot going on, a lot of chaos with work especially. So there has been certainly a lot to sort out in the last 2-3 years. And what I really feel is that this sorting out and this pause that the pandemic created has really given us an opportunity to figure ourselves out, to slow down a little bit and to figure out, where do I really want to take my life at this point, and what direction do I actually want to head in at this point? Because it really has been, it's almost like everything that has been up until the pandemic was kind of like a chapter, and then I feel like there was this pause between the two chapters, and the pause was like the pandemic. So 2 to 3 years of the pandemic has been the pause, and then now that 2023 has arrived, and now we're stepping into a new sign, and we've got like the new moon and all these planets going forward. We just have like this huge amount of like, it's just a giant green light from the universe saying, okay, baby, it's go time. And let's put in the effort. Let's put in the work. Get yourself sorted out. Get your mind, your body, your spirit sorted out so that you know what you're doing, so that you have a plan in place, that you have an idea of what you want to actually accomplish, and then to really just focus all of your energy into what you truly want to accomplish. And do not waver for a single second. Really allow yourself to believe that everything that you dream for this year is possible for you. Allow yourself to believe that all of the good that you have been waiting for, that you feel like you've been diligently working behind the scenes to really have some good karma come to you, all of that has not been in vain. It has not been lost. All of that work and that input has been noticed by the universe, and definitely will be showing up for you. It's just a matter of true alignment. And I think all of these planetary alignments out there are helping us to internally align ourselves to all that is possible for us, and to really dare to dream, to really allow ourselves to open up to dreaming. What could I do? What could I accomplish? What could I experience if I truly just align myself? And how do I align myself in the first place to these energies and to all of this possibility? Well, I align myself through positive thinking, and I align myself through actually having an affirmation list and truly believing and really feeling into those experiences that you wish to have, and like pretending and visualizing that you're already experiencing it and that you're already in it, and really just embracing the entire idea and the feeling of it. Because the more I check in with myself and the more I'm going through my own projects that I've been working on, I'm working on something big right now, and as I've been working on this project, all of the research has really helped me to understand that true alignment means happiness. It means authenticity. And it doesn't mean that you have to be happy 24/7. That's not what I'm saying. But it just means that you choose to focus on the happiness. You choose to focus on the things that can really bring you joy, instead of getting hung up on the little things and the annoyances that often get in the way. And it just robs us, in that moment when you get pissed or triggered. You can get robbed of that experience of true happiness in that very moment. So I think it's very important for us to be mindful this year. And again, with all of these energies around us and supporting us, like, it's just so important to be mindful about, what do I allow into my heart, into my mind, into my body. And the body here is a huge one I'm going to talk about, because I have been looking at all kinds of like ways to detox and to really cleanse my body, to really purge out, like clean out my liver and my kidneys and my spleen, and like really allow my organs to just have a breather. So I've been looking at different ways of doing this. I pulled out the juicer the other day, finally. I hate washing that thing, but I'm gonna figure out a quick and easy way that maybe I can just like do it, you know, as soon as I'm done juicing, just because when it's fresh, it's like easiest and fastest to wash, because it is, you gotta disassemble the whole thing, wash every single piece, and then reassemble. So it's a bit of work, and that deters me sometimes from juicing. But man, the benefits, like the clear skin, like just everything. I can, like my complexion, I can see how much it makes a difference. So really cleaning out my body, cleaning out my mind, cleaning out my heart space, my entire energy field, really everything is my primary focus. That is what I have been doing. I know that the astrology has been immensely supporting me in doing that even more, and has really been pushing me, actually, like pushing me to really, really get going with all of this, especially because it's the beginning of the year. You know, in order to have a good year and to have a really successful year, I think it's first important to align yourself to yourself, meaning that you're not doing things for other people constantly, because that is something that I also vowed that this year I wasn't going to be hung up on people pleasing. I'm not going to be so obsessed as I have been in the past with, you know, making sure that, you know, other people are always good and whatever. This is the year where I really truly just take back all of my power for myself, and I'm making sure that what is good for me happens first. It's just because that's the way life should be lived. So, and it took me a long time to figure that out. Because when I'm truly happiest, and when I'm really feeling like life is just flowing and I'm not forced into doing anything, that's when I feel most at peace within myself. And attaining peace and maintaining peace within myself is like my absolute priority for this year. So check in with yourself and kind of see where you're sitting at emotionally, mentally, you know, physically. You know, ask yourself, like, do I need to detox? And if you've never done a detox before, then hell yeah, you need to detox. And if you've done detoxes before, but maybe didn't put that much effort into it, or didn't do it for a consistent period of time, then heck yes, you need a detox. You know, I had some apple cider vinegar last night before bed. I was just reading about how incredibly important and really, really effectively wonderful it is for the entire digestive system to have apple cider vinegar right before you go to bed. Now, I did try to have it as a shot. It was absolutely horrid, and I will not do that again. I will go back to the way that I used to do it, which was because I was drinking apple cider vinegar for about 2 years consistently, every single day without fail. Like, I never missed a day, just because it really cleaned up my digestion and really, really helped me break down food well. And the best way to actually have apple cider vinegar is just to put 2 tablespoons of it into like a half a glass of filtered water, or into a full glass of filtered water, and then add a tablespoon of honey, stir until the honey is completely dissolved into the water, and it just kind of looks like juice, and then you drink that. So I will be going back to that routine instead of trying to do shots of apple cider vinegar, because it's nasty on its own like that. So, you know, little things I find, and I'm, again, as I'm doing all of this research for my project, I'm finding that the more simple that I can make these little practices, these daily rituals, the easier it becomes for me to just truly get used to them, and to align to them, and to incorporate it as a normal part of my daily routine. And then, of course, the better I feel, the more I want to do it, the more it inspires me and motivates me to do it. Working out, exercise is also very, very high on the priority list. It is definitely something that I'm putting more time and effort into this year, because it just makes me feel good, and because I'm kind of done being flabby from all of the extra weight that I gained over the pandemic from all the delicious chips I've eaten. So I have a little obsession with chips. But yeah, so, you know, there's all kinds of different ways that we can really align ourselves and get into that right momentum. And it's just up to us just to take the action. And it's small baby steps. So do keep an eye out. I will be putting out some more tips and stuff for people about detoxing, cleansing. If this is something that you're interested in, do drop a comment below and let me know, and I would be happy to do more videos on detoxing. So that's just kind of like my little update right now of what's going on. It's also a little mini update about what the astrology is doing at this very moment. So this is a very pivotal week. It's a very important and highly energetically charged week. So I wish you guys all the best for it. Keep that energy high, keep your vibes high, keep your thoughts and your feelings and your heart in a really, really good high vibrational space, and you will see the magic that unfolds as a result of this new beginning. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.